Hello, and we're back for another one. Today, gonna be a little simple, short video. Nothing like the 25, 30-minute videos we've been doing over the past few days. I'm trying to get into the flow of some shorter 10, maybe 15-minute long videos, and just keep, every other day, something like that. Maybe get on a content schedule or something, but today, we're gonna be ruining a perfectly great JZX 81. So, what do you need when you have a car that's obviously perfectly stock, has nothing done to it besides an auto to 5-speed swap? You need to remove the stock seat, of course, because why? Yeah, I'm an idiot. I've always been a fan of buckets. Of course, for any type of driving, it holds your butt in place. I don't like sliding around. Doing just the donuts the other day put me into the door panel and into the center console, which is another thing we need to talk about, because I thought at first maybe there was just something I'm missing, but there's definitely no e-brake location, like stock, pull type e-brake. It has cables under it. So what I'm noticing is there's a bracket here, and I've seen a dead pedal in some pictures, but I've also seen what looks like to be the relief under here for the old school pull type handbrake. So I'm guessing that is no longer here, and someone removed it. If they did remove it, yeah, I'm not gonna go through and put that back in. Obviously we'll put a hydro in. A buddy may be hooking me up on a nameless setup like we had in the 240, which would be fantastic. If not, there's a lot of space under the center console, and I could come through here. I'm not messing with where these go. Cup holders are the world. Coming from S chassis, not having good cup holders always. Oh god, these are fantastic. But I was looking in here, and I do have space right there. I guess I could come up. I'm not cutting this. I don't really want to cut the carpet either, though. But I'm one of those people, when I'm driving, I like the hydro to be like right there. So I'm almost actually thinking something like that, because this is gonna be a big power car. It is already more power than I'm used to, so I shouldn't be shifting gears as much like I do in lower power cars. The occasional 3 to 2 or something like that. But starting to ramble, so let's see what we got here. Hooking up a buddy with some SR coil packs. I got a beautiful clean bride in return, and always a supporter of the local companies, and XM has helped me for over a decade now with parts for everything from Corollas to 240s to now JZX 81s. Wonderful pricing, great welds, thank you Chad, and powder coated, so can't go wrong there. It is for a bottom mount seat, and I did not notice that. I'm an idiot. This is a side mount seat. So I dug out some stuff. We'll be going ahead and making some brackets that will bolt to this probably. I'm not gonna weld to this, I don't think. I might, I don't know. We'll talk about that. Well, we won't talk about that, we'll see. So let's jump into yanking this seat out and then figuring out what we gotta do from there, huh? Pet peeve moments. So, multiple size bolt heads, 17, 14, always fantastic. Seat bolts do not take 500 foot-pounds. When they do, you get bolts that look like this. Most of them are just cheesed. Even the one with the different sized head is all cheesed up on the threads. It's not gonna want to focus there great, but yeah. Thankfully, They were a little bit rusty, but I had some spares laying around I cleaned up. Everything's good there. I found a screw to actually hold this back in place where it's supposed to go. So I put that all back down. And then while I was in here, I pulled the boots out because that R154 is not obviously in the right hole because of the 5-speed auto swap. And then I noticed the cube, the bolts on the shifter are loose. When I reset everything, it shifts 1,000 times easier and better. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this all up, pull these out, hit this with a little bit of blue Loctite so they don't loosen back up, back down, clean it, and then I might throw some heat tape over this hole and put the boots down, and then think about getting an actual shift boot. But for now, brackets, seat, then shifter stuff, and throw these bolts in the trash. And ta-da! I don't know what that movement signifies at all, but the seat doesn't move. It's bolted down. I don't know that's gonna show anything either. I just made some little Johnnies and welded them in place. I don't care. It looks good. I had to screw up a little bit of the powder coating, so I had to paint over it. Sorry, Chad, but I bought a seat bracket for English. Seat bracket for a bottom mount seat, and this is a side mount seat. Oops. But whatever, it works now. It's solid. Let's see. I do believe factory seatbelt. One's a bride seat with a nice seatbelt. What I mean, you know, what can you say? This wasn't anything big. Today was just a day for a little video. But like I said before, I noticed these bolts weren't tight all the way. So we're going to one by one pull each bolt out. Toss a little bit of blue Loctite on it, put it back in, and then I'm going to throw a little bit of, I'm trying to think if I should try and like put a piece of rubber down and glue it to seal up the transmission tunnel, or if I should just use this heat tape. I'm thinking the heat tape, so let's go ahead and just time lapse a quick video. Those are really long. I thought they were going to be short. Okay, oh, and there's gear oil down there. I'm guessing that's where that smell is all coming from. Yes, definitely going to dig into this a little bit, so we'll throw a time lapse together, knock all this out, and jump into so grabbing some stuff, brake cleaning, cleaning off some bolts, cleaning up some stuff, doing some stuff. I almost punched myself in the face with the camera there, and found some goodies here. So cleaning up the trans. It's actually an excessive shifter, which is pretty cool. It is a cube short shifter. I know R154s are not known for shifting great. That's not what I'm trying to get here. It physically sometimes just doesn't want to go into the gear, and then sometimes it slips in like butter. So that has nothing to do with transmission. That's a shifter issue, to me at least. Digging into this, I noticed the way the cube mounts with these long Allen bolts, and how the Allen heads aren't the greatest. They had loosened up a little bit, and we're stripping. I could smell tranny fluid because the way this seals, it's actually getting trans fluid up into it, and there was no seal from the trans to the shifter. And then the top of the shifter actually had this is my favorite part. Oh, here's one. It had buck washers underneath the top plate when they're supposed to be on top of the top plate. So it was lifting it up, and it was only like 2 or 3, so it was like cockeyed anyways. Yeah, so I'm gonna clean all this up, brake clean everything out, get it all nice and clean, get a little RTV down, some blue Loctite on the actual threads of these, snug it all down uniformly, tighten it all up, and then I'm just gonna clean up the metal. Get a little nice heat tape down, a couple strips, make sure it's solid, and then I'll get this down, and then shift boot stuff's down the road. I'll do that later. But I just really want to get this done because now I know that's all nice. It was just, once I had lightly snugged the bolts back up before I took it apart, everything shifted way better. With just sitting here, I could click, click, click through the gears. So I'm rambling, I'm tired. I didn't sleep great last night, but got to make a video today. Got to keep the content going for you guys. So jump into knocking this out with some brake clean and see what we do. Cleaning up the mess I made. Beautiful JZ. There's nothing to do with the mess I made, but it's still beautiful. Seat is in. Brackets fit great. I even got the little gas door trunk release thing to fit back over and found a screw for it. I love this factory Mark II floor mats. Steering wheel. I'm not a fan of fake wood grain necessarily. This may get switched out for a suede guy or something. But we have it mounted. Not going anywhere. Very low. The one downside is it's like a 32 waist exactly. Now I'm a 32 waist exactly. Probably a little bit bigger from that dad bod going, but can't have my wallet or my phone or anything in here, so fantastic. But go ahead and get you guys a little bit of a view here. Not going for a drive yet or anything like that. I might not even. Just check this out. So before I had to wrench on it. Foot on clutch, first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear, oh, reverse. So easy now. That's all it was. It was the shifter wasn't bolted down flat. The angle on those stupid lock washers that I just chucked out on the ground to screw it. Yeah, I don't know why they were there. There wasn't enough for all 4 screws anyways, so it's like someone added them accessory and then they put them under the top plate, which is definitely a big no-no. But so now it's just butter. I know ours don't shift, you know, fantastic to begin with, but I'm pretty sure that it doesn't actually have anything to do with the shifting. Like this part, I think that's, you know, when you're driving and banging on it. I don't know, no idea. I'm glad I didn't get a hub extension because this actually fits pretty good. My elbows are pretty bent, everything feels nice. I just want to get aftermarket oil pressure and coolant gauge to keep this thing, you know, safe. I like, yeah, the analog stuff or the digital that this has. I mean, it's fancy, but I want something that I know and trust. We'll probably do something, you know, little gauge pod here, or just something. I don't want anything gaudy and out there. I could get another one that goes here. I could do 3 there. I don't know. Figure all that stuff out later. All that matters is this works. Everything fits. The seat's in. The shifter's great now. All that's. My little kitty pillow doesn't really fit my butt anymore because this thing is so tight. But I mean, check this out. Factory seat belt. Nice and snug. Got the bride all holding in there. I am stoked on this. But like I said, we're gonna let you go. Average Joe channel, out.